Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to discuss some of the important questions which may come in your exams related to women's writing. So without any delay, let's start the video. Discuss Eunice D'Souza as a feminist poet with reference to her poem Advice to Women and Bequest. So who is Eunice D'Souza? Eunice D'Souza is one of the modern poets, novelists and critics. She was born in Pune 1940 and she emerges as a very well-known feminist poet who shows how women are treated in society under patriarchal domination. The main concern of her poems is women and their life. So in her poems she used to give advice to women, and she always highlighted the fact that how women are treated in society through her writings. So in the poem Advice to Women, she wants to make the women aware of the pain they receive from others. She tells women to keep cat as a pet in order to cope up with the otherness of her lover. So she basically says that women need to learn how to stay alone. So she advised women to keep cats so that she can learn how to deal with the otherness of her lover. And she advised women to tolerate the otherness of the lover, as the lover will return whenever he needs something. So the poet points out the essential loneliness of human existence, as we are born alone and going to die alone. So according to her, women should stay alone without depending on their lovers, as they are born alone and also going to die alone. Thus the poet insists that all women should possess this quality so that we don't carry the fear of existing and dying alone. So in the first poem, Advice to Women, she points out the essential loneliness of human existence, and how she advised women to stay alone, not to be dependent on their lovers. She points out that essential loneliness, as we are born alone and are going to die alone. So in the next poem, Eunice D'Souza talks about how patriarchy shapes the destiny of women. So in the very first line, she emphasizes the sacrifice of Christ. The poet does not like the notion that why Christ has to sacrifice his life. In the second stanza, she interpreted the image of Christ differently. She used it as a symbol of truthfulness. Poet metaphorically uses the term hairdresser, as according to her, no one else is interested to hear the voice of woman. Basically, she highlights the concept of society. She says that in order to cope up with the society, she has to float along without knowing where it will lead to. She wishes to be wise woman with wisdom and to smile endlessly like a plastic flower. She uses the term plastic as it has no life. In the end, she says that she will perform the act of charity for herself. She will give away her heart like a spare kidney, preferably to an enemy, so that the enemy could feel her suffering. So in the second poem, she points out how patriarchy shaped the destiny of women, and how women are treated in the society, and how they need to listen to the society and do according to them. So she points out that. So the next question is, critically comment on the following lines. The stare of perpetual surprise in those great green eyes will teach you to die alone. So these above mentioned lines were taken from the poem Advice to Women, written by Eunice D'Souza, published in 1994. So in this poem, the poet uses a metaphor of a stare of perpetual surprise in order to portray what happened to women when they became too engrossed in the affairs of their partners. This stare of perpetual surprise, according to her, is the ignorance, is the otherness of the lover. So they get a cold surprise look from their heartless lover. That means the ignorance. The perpetual surprise stands for their emotional detachment and internal coldness towards their former partners. Furthermore, the poet uses the visual imagery of great green eyes. The color green stands for refresh and new life. It also portrays the idea of passivity. This symbol is used to signify how men move on with the new partners. Their eyes glisten with the amazement of a new relationship. This passive look will teach a woman that it is better to stay alone than to find another partner. Such an incident makes a woman stronger from the inside. She becomes fearless of death Most importantly, she does not feel insecure about being lonely or single anymore. So the next question is, comment critically on the title of The Color Purple by Alice Walker. The color purple holds true throughout the novel. In the beginning of the novel, Sally is subjugated by Albert and his children. Even Kat feels bad for Sally and asks her to buy her new clothes. This is the first time Sally mentions her fondness for the color purple. She imagines Shurg in this color, who according to her is beautiful, royal, elegant, and liberated. This color has historical significance as it has been associated with royalty and status. The Romans wore togas that were purple, which was symbol of respect. Thus, in the West, this color was associated with authority and power. Hence, Sally and Kat search but find no purple cloth for her to wear. This is an indication of how Sally is not liberated. She wears colors which are dull instead of happy colors like red and purple in the beginning. So Shelley mentions once that she is very fond of the color purple, but she has no purple cloth in her wardrobe. This color purple is associated with respect and authority. So this indicate that she is not yet liberated, as she used to wear dull colors instead of purple and red color. So later, with Shurg helping her, she finds her own identity and independence, and this again is indicated as she makes pants for Sophia that are red and purple. This not only is symbolic of Sally's independence but also the advancement of women who now wear pants. Shelley owns a new house in which she decorates her own room with red and purple color. She finally gets what she likes and deserves. Albert gives her a purple frog that he carves for Shelley, which is symbolic of the transformation of the relationship man and woman share. The color purple is here no more just a color but shows Shelley's dignity and her transformation as a person, and also the change in the thoughts of people of the society. Thus, the title is significant throughout the span of the letters and gives us a better understanding of the book and helps the reader connect to it and understand Sally and the era she was living in. So, the next question is, comment on the character of Sally. So, Sally is the protagonist and narrator of The Color Purple. She is a poor and uneducated black woman with a sad personal story. At the beginning of the novel, she was a quiet and innocent 14-year-old girl who was abused by her stepfather Alfonso and had been exploited by her stepfather, and from whom she had 2 children. These children were later sent for adoption, which comes to light in the latter end of the novel. She is also subjugated by her husband Albert and his children, but later, with Shurg helping her, she finds her identity and independence. By the end of the novel, Shelley is a happy and self-confident woman. So this is the video. I hope these important questions will be helpful for you all to write in your exam, and also I will upload the second part soon. So yeah, do watch the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.